Playground Podcast.
All right, it's another episode of Marci's Playground. With me today, I've got Anthony White from Generational Landslide. Love the name. I going to go out on a limb and assume you are a huge Alice fan, Alice Cooper.
I am a huge Alice Cooper fan.
Yep. Just you're holding on to that. It's a great name. It's a great name for a band.
Yeah, I thought it was too. Trying to find millions of different names. When I came up with that many years ago, I knew that would be the one that I would want.
Okay, that's cool. You say years ago.
Yeah, the band, I actually started it. It was a cover band originally in 2000. And we were looking for a name, and me and the drummer decided, hey, let's do the Alice Cooper Generation Landslide. It's an album track that, unless you're a big Alice Cooper fan, probably never even heard of it.
Yeah, that's true. How many names for the band did you throw in the hat?
Just that one.
Oh, that was it. You were like, that's the name.
We were nameless until then.
Yeah. It's a great band name. And speaking of cover bands, you were in the Kiss tribute band, right? Cold Gin.
I was in it with Amy St. James and Tommy Thayer and Chris McClernand.
Tommy Thayer. Yeah. Look at that time. Yeah. Cool. You guys still keep in touch?
We do.
Very nice.
Yeah. I mean, it was different back then because, we did it because we enjoyed it. We're not doing it the way everybody's doing it now,
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I do see Tommy, it's kind of funny in a way to go, oh, look at these other Kiss tribute bands, and
yeah, we did it right. We did it the right way.
Yeah, we didn't do like, we're going to get all these big stage shows and we're going to this and we're going to that. We wanted to do the music.
Yeah.
And back then, nobody was doing that. This was like 91, maybe 92 at the latest. I think it was 91. And we only did it because we just wanted to do something different instead of original bands. I was in Sweat with Chris, and Tommy and Jamie were in Black and Blue. So,
yeah. You were also in the band Xcursion with Slaughter, Mark Slaughter. I love Mark. Will you tell him hello?
I will.
He's a good man.
I speak to him every once in a while, and we were just kids when we did that.
You were young, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Who was it that made you want to jump into music? You were a drummer also, right?
Correct.
And then, so that transition's interesting.
Yeah, I started out as a drummer.
Yep.
I've been listening to music since I was obviously a tiny kid, and that goes way, way back to the early 70s, mid 70s. I listened to everybody, Aerosmith to Led Zeppelin to Deep Purple and all of them. But I got to tell you, when Kiss started to become something, that's what really, I said, okay, you know what? Forget the makeup and all this other stuff.
Yep.
But I would love to play music.
And they did it with such swagger and attitude and such a unique concept at the time. Really cool.
The thing is, now back to the Kiss tribute thing, that's how we approached it, because all four of us grew up on that. And, $1 million this and $1 million that. It wasn't. It was just to represent the music, black and silver, Kiss, and that's what we did. Nowadays, everybody has a tribute band and everybody just does it for the money, unfortunately.
Yeah, too many anyway. So let's talk Generational Landslide. Tell me about the band. How would you describe your sound? Would you say it's a nice mix of metal and a little punk and roll?
It would be, I never thought about the punk part, actually. I feel it's more classic rock mixed with, and I don't want to say modern or alternative, but I would mix in a little bit of Collective Soul or Soundgarden or Stone Temple Pilots, mixed with old Kiss, Aerosmith, Grand Funk Railroad, Styx. I mean, I literally took everything and just meshed it together. So that way, your description of it is different than other people's.
Yeah. And it is unique probably to each and every one. So,
right.
What was that transition back to you starting as a drummer? What was that transition like, moving to guitar and lead?
That was pretty much in a 2-week period. After Cold Sweat was kind of on hiatus, and we decided we wanted to do something fun and different. the four of us, the Cold Gin guys, decided to go to a club and talk about it. And we decided we would come up with a Kiss tribute. So we looked at each other and said, okay, well, Tommy, you play guitar, so that's good. Chris, you play bass, so that's good. But then we had a drummer in me and a singer with Jamie. So we looked at each other, and I looked over and I said, well, I'll tell you what, you give me 2 weeks. If I can do the Paul Stanley thing, if I can play guitar, if I can sing it, if I can just make this all happen in 2 weeks, we'll continue and go on. So they gave me 2 weeks. We did a rehearsal and everybody looked and went, oh my gosh, we're actually going to do this. And then Jamie switched to drums because originally he was a drummer before he was a singer for Black and Blue.
I love how you're one-man bands, really.
Yeah, I mean,
not unfortunately. I think it's a killer skill to have.
Yeah, if you're really able to do it. Some people say you don't play nice.
Yeah. What in a band? What? No, you guys. You guys have done some cool live shows too. You did the M3 Festival pre-party, and you've done probably all the iconic venues in Los Angeles. I always like to ask a band this, but do you have any cool pre-show rituals?
You mean for Generation Landslide, right?
For generational, yeah.
Yeah. No, not really. We're just the type of people. I've done this pretty much most of my life, so I have no rituals. I have nothing before it. You just tell us what time we go on, how long we play, and I literally get
and you're
there,
there,
do my thing, and say, okay, let's go. And whether it's drums or guitar or whatever it is that I do, that's all I do. It's just the only thing I know.
Well, you've written a lot of songs that are subtle nods to classic icons, legends. What's another track on the new album that maybe, people wouldn't catch is a deep cut influence that maybe they didn't spot the first time?
So there's a song on there called From Dusk to Dawn, and it's the 9th track on the record. And in my mind, it's one of the sleepers. But if you listen to it, it's so cool. I kind of got the idea from Kiss. And it's about, remember the movie From Dusk to Dawn where they were vampires?
I love that movie. I revisit it all the time.
I love that movie.
I do too.
So I always wanted to write a song where, what would it be like to be Tom Petty running down a dream and From Dusk to Dawn mixed with Kiss and blah, 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 and I basically wrote that. And it basically is about getting in your car and driving down Highway 1, Pacific Coast Highway. And you come across this place in the middle of nowhere. And I always wanted to have a Hispanic song where there were, senoritas.
Yeah. Selma Hayek dancing on tables and high heels.
Right. So I added 3 senorita names on there to just kind of make it, authentic.
Yeah. Where are you based?
You could say it's Las Vegas, but technically 2 of the guys, me and the guitar player from Las Vegas, the bass player's from outside of Cleveland, Ohio, and the drummer is outside of Dallas, Texas.
So they just fly in for stuff, or you guys meet wherever?
Yeah.
Makes it difficult to rehearse.
Sometimes it does. Makes it difficult to do shows too, because I want to get out there and promote this record and promote these songs as much as possible. And the logistics sometimes is tough.
It can be tough, but what would you say Vegas, because Vegas has a pretty solid rock scene. Not so much now?
Nah, it started to change in the last few years. The biggest club, Vamped, closed down.
Oh, I hate to see that.
Yeah, so they closed down and now everybody's just kind of scrambling to find other places to play. And when I grew up here with Mark Slaughter, it was the greatest place ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you have no idea. Nobody knows what Las Vegas was like through the 70s and through the 80s. It was amazing. But now, not so much.
What would you say, what kind of influence does Vegas have on the band?
Not much. When I started putting this together, I figured most of the shows would be out of town. And they were. We've done Arizona, we've done California, we've done Colombia, we've done in different places. And we played a few shows here in Vegas, but it's not like the band it's based here, but it's not worrying about the following, and oh, we're going to build up a whole Vegas base, and then we're going to go to.
Yeah.
We'll open for anybody, and we just play. We just play the material, and people like it, they like it, and if they don't, they don't.
Okay, so cool. So tell me, Generational Landslide, what do you guys have coming up?
Hopefully to play a lot more. Right now we're pushing and promoting the record. Well, I am for the most part. We did the first single called Running Out of Time. We did a video for it, but it was more of an AI type of video. And now, so we're going to try to hopefully do another song and do another video. So we're looking for a booking agent.
Speaking of AI, how much do you lean into that? You said you used it for a music video. Do you use it at all in the music?
No.
Yeah.
I'm really against it. But for the video, the company that did it, they did such a great job. They put all of us in it. They put Mark Ferrari in it. They put Ron Keel in it. They made it just this apocalyptic video for the song, because that's pretty much, it ties into the album cover, the hourglass and the whole bit. And I thought they did a tremendous job.
Yeah, the album cover's cool.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
So he said, hey, we're going to tie in the first song, which is Running Out of Time, which is about that, pretty much about, people taking the world and everything for granted. They tied it all in. We were playing a concert, and the concert goes through the hourglass, the arena. Yeah. It was done very well. I just don't want to stay with AI type of stuff. I'd rather show the band like in the old school, playing live and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I also saw that you said that you want to bring back the experience of listening to a full album start to finish, and I miss that too, where, people can they have the little transitions memorized, this song to that song, and you know exactly what song's coming up next. Because now I can't even sometimes remember. I'm like, "What album was that on?"
Right.
It's crazy.
I totally agree. That's all the stuff that I grew up on.
Yeah.
When you hear this record, for anybody out there listening, you're going to hear these a cappella vocals. That's going to take you right back to Sweet and Queen and all that's right off the top. And then you're going to hear a blazing song. And then it's going to literally transition from one type of mood and element into another. And it's going to segue and it's going to do things. And by the time you get to the 10th song, the very last thing you're going to hear is a guitar that's just going to, seems like it fades out, and you're going to hear me talking, and you're going to hear a little and then you can put it back on and hear that same acapella. It just, I always wanted to do a record like that with songs that were strong enough that the whole record, example is the first Boston record.
Yeah.
How many of those were released as singles? More Than a Feeling. Now, all 7 songs on the record.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, so what's next for Generational Landslide?
Just to try to find a booking agent and keep pushing the record. And you can find us at generationlandslideband.com. That'll give the website everything you need. Plus rfkmedia.com is where you can get the record, the CD, and all the streaming stuff.
All right. Well, Existence album, new album out now. So snag it and keep me posted on where you're playing. Okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good chatting.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.